Hello and namaste and welcome to our epical music and entertainment channel. You are watching the program Special Talks with me Ram and technically supporting me Anil. In this program we generally talk with different personalities from education sector and we try to relate their personal life with education career. So today we are honored to have the Vice Principal of Aishwarya Vidyaniketan. He is very hardworking person with versatile personality. He is very hardworking person and charming of Aishwarya Vidyaniketan and the Vice Principal of Aishwarya Vidyaniketan, and he is none other than Mr. P.N. Ojha. So let me welcome him in our program. Hello, sir. Namaste.
Namaste, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. And welcome to our epical music and entertainment channel, sir.
Thank you.
How are you, sir?
Pretty well.
And thank you for joining with us, sir.
Welcome.
How is your life running, sir?
Actually, it's going oily, very smoothly.
Okay, could you talk about your family, sir?
Actually, I'm one of the members from a very large family,
Yeah.
We are all together 4 brothers. My father has passed away, and my mom and sister-in-laws.
Okay, let's go back to your childhood, sir. About your pastime. So where were you born, sir?
Actually, I was born in a small village named OjhaVice in Doughty district, and I spent my childhood basically doing a couple of activities. When I was very small, I went to jungle to graze cattle,
Yes, sir.
and second job was as a monkey chaser, in
Yeah.
the hills.
Yeah.
Monkeys and other animals are vermin. They destroy, devastate agricultural activities.
Yes, sir.
So our parents got us to chase them and drive them away from the agricultural areas.
Very nice, sir. And let's talk about your family condition, sir. How was your family condition at the time? when you were
In those
inside, sir?
days, in my faint memory, the family condition was very, very economically low. My father escaped from home to India, and he got educated there, and he was unable to educate 4 children in own nation, so he took us to India and we got educated there. It was very bad conditions. Even we didn't have a piece of land.
You did struggle in your life.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, where did you start your schooling, sir? And where? From where and when?
Basically, I did primary education from my village in Doughty, and when I reached 13, my father took me to India in Gujarat, and I was enrolled in one of the English schools. The name of the school was New English School. It was a boarding school totally based in English education. And since I was an apply student from poor family, I got 100% students grants over there, and I finished my high school from there and also intermediate.
Then after for your higher education, I heard that you went to other places like in foreign country. Is it true, sir?
Actually, it's not true. I didn't go anywhere to foreign countries, but I did my bachelor in India, basically from commerce faculty, because I didn't have any knowledge about Nepal, and nobody just guided me. I was really interested in English from the beginning, but my father didn't have knowledge about it. So as I came back in Nepal in 2045, I came to know that in Nepal in those days, almost all the jobs, depended on teaching. and later on I was encouraged by my elders that I should change my faculty, and later on I changed my faculty. First of all, in 2045 I taught in Hills. The name of the village was Niroli, Doti. I spent 4 years in high school teaching over there, and then in 2049 I moved to Kathmandu. I joined B.Ed English, and I came back in 2052 and joined Aishwari Vidyaniketan.
You have been the source of many students, sir. But who is your source of inspiration of your life, sir?
Key question, Ram. Actually, there are a lot of great personalities, as a source of inspiration for me as we study books or learn some moral lessons. But personally, from my family, my father was the source of inspiration for me.
Everyone has the idol of their life, right?
Yes, if you ask why, actually he was the person who believed in non-violence. He didn't even eat meat in those days, and he taught us the lesson of morality, and he was very strict in nature, and he wanted to give some better education to us. And actually I was physically weak, since childhood. That's why he was rather worried about me. He took me with in his company, and from time to time, periodically, he taught me good things.
Which is your unforgettable memory of your life, sir? Moment of your life?
Actually, there are a lot of unforgettable moments, events in my life. But if you tell me, I still remember very, very, distinctly one occasion. I was a bit notorious in my life, in my childhood. What I say, I sometimes stole things from my own house. One day, I replaced a wooden door in the hills, and I made a small, opening, and through that I went inside when there was no member at home, and I stole some silver coins,
Yeah.
and there was a very cunning man, old man in my village,
Yeah.
he enticed children or lured children for small things, and I handed over the silver coin to him, and he handed me a banknote, paper note for 5 rupees. I was extremely happy, and I went to the vendor, shopkeeper, and just purchased some sweets, and it was very nice day for me. But later on, when my parents came to know that I had stolen a silver coin, and just it was handed over the old man. Then they scolded me and took me to the man, and they just took the silver coin back.
Okay, what differences do you find in past PNOs and present time PNOs, sir? If you have to analyze now.
Actually, it's rather difficult for me. Still, let me try to point out the differences. In the past, I should say I was totally blank in my profession, as you talk about as a teacher, basically as a student I was hard-working student since my childhood, but as a teacher I had to learn a lot of things from myself, from the books, from different study sources, from my seniors, experienced teachers, and even from my students. As the time went on, with the time passing, and by doing the works, and I tried to renew and refresh myself, and I don't know. Really speaking, evaluation comes from the outsources. You know, you are also one of my students.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I believe what the students say about me,
Yeah.
that is true. I believe what the guardians say about me, that is true. But I don't know how good or how bad I am.
Oh. So this analysis is given to other people.
Yeah.
How are they evaluating
Yes,
you?
yes. Because teacher is the candle in the society.
Yeah.
So we shouldn't speak ourselves about own. It's very difficult point.
Oh.
Evaluation always comes from our sources. What the social members say, what the stakeholders, guardians and students say, that is true.
Evaluation is not made by himself or herself.
Sure,
Yeah.
certainly.
Yeah, that's very nice, sir. Okay, let's talk about your teaching profession, sir. When did you start your teaching career, sir? And
Actually,
in the beginning, your name was appeared in teacher service commissions, and then why did you leave that job, sir?
Sure. Actually, I started my teaching career in 2045, as I told you earlier, in Niroli, Doti. And later on, I also, took examinations of the teachers' commissions, and they were managed in 2052 BS. And after 7 years, the result flashed, and I was also one of the successful candidates. But unfortunately, I left the job because I didn't even go to DEO to receive the letter of appointment. Then after 15 days, DEO sent a peon to my home and he dropped the appointment letter. From the school, actually an environment was created, that all the members were against the idea of my leaving the school. Management committee members, the principals and other colleagues supported me. Another successful candidate in my time was Mr. Narespan. He also just talked to me that it was not a good idea to leave. Wherever we work, we are permanent, we are satisfied here, so let's work
Let's have
here.
changes from the same institutions.
Yes, then I left the idea of going to permanent job in government sector, and that 90% of my relatives and friends called me a fool because it was secondary school teaching, employment. So I was counted fool by them, and generally I left due to 3 points. Number one, my kids were in Aishwarya Vidyaniketan, so I wanted to take due care of them, Secondly, I believe in the point that wherever I am permanent, Third point, if we teach in public sector, we are always updated, right?
Yeah.
We always hard work, we study, prepare lessons and go to the classrooms in front of the students and teach well. But if we go to government school, there is a lot of freedom. Freedom deforms our habits, and it sometimes spoils us as a teacher. We lose whatever content we have. Okay? For example, we have seen some teachers, not all teachers in government sectors, they take attendance in the school and whole day they build houses or something, they do domesticated works. But they are not an ideal government servants. That's why due to 2 or 3 points, I decided not to go to government sector and I quit it.
Thank you, sir. So you are the vice principal of Aishwarya Vidyaniketan. So as recently the SE result was published. So if you give the brief account of SE result of Aishwarya Niketan to our audience?
Actually, Aishwarya Niketan is an icon, not only in Dengadi, in the community, not only in the nation, but in the international base. Aishwarya Niketan's reputation is, widely spread.
It is
Yeah.
a leading institution of Harvesting Development.
Yes, excellent center of education, and the basic reason behind it is the teamwork of Aishwarya Niketan, non-changing, teaching staff, and the non-profitable institution. It means Sarvajanik Shaichik Guti. It was established in the year 2033, and for the first time it appeared in the SLC examinations in 2042 BS, and from 2042 to during the period of 2042 to 2068, the school has been awarded as the best school in the SEE results for altogether 12 times, and each time it has been awarded rupees 1 lakh and running shield and national flags. It's a great pride for us all. We are really proud of AVN. Yeah, we are really proud of AVN. And if you, Ram, as you asked about the results of 2074 SEE exams, once again Aishwarya Niketan has been able to make a legendary, unparalleled history in SEE exams. According to the statistics, 25 students has scored A+, and as for A, 106 students has scored A grade in the SEE exams. As for 124 students, they have scored B+, and 135 students has scored grade B, and as for C+, only 2 students has scored C+, 2 students. So altogether the students were 192. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And a big congratulations goes to you too.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir, we are at the end of our program, sir. What suggestion would you like to leave to our teacher, students and guardians who are watching our video, sir?
First of all, teachers must have a list of qualities. Teachers must be academically, qualified, Actually, it is said that the young man who graduated yesterday but stopped learning today will be ignorant tomorrow. It is absolutely right. They must be hardworking, okay? They must be thinking all the time about their students, how to present some content, some teaching material effectively, so that all types of students from inside the classroom can understand them well, because in a classroom generally you have low ability students, higher ability students, very dull students. How to address all of them in your teaching, it is your job, and the teacher must be the authentic model in the community too. Okay, he or she must be away from bad habits like drinking, smoking, because we are teaching our children not to drink, not to smoke, and really the teachers must be very, very pure in mannerism, moral character, okay?
Honest and loyal.
Yes, imitating model for students. Secondly, I would like to tell my dear students to be hardworking, unless they have their aim in their life, okay, and unless they chase their aim continuously with hard working, and unless they trust in teachers and parents, they don't get any quality education, and they can't uplift their standard of life in future. And as for parents, they have a list of roles, They are, friends at home, guides at home, teachers at home, and they have also big responsibility to learn, continuously what their children are doing. They must visit school, contact the teachers, and they must make two-way communication, and they must guide their children at home accordingly. But this day children are also indifferent, their parents are also indifferent. Once they think that once they enroll their children in better schools, okay, once they pay higher fees, and they understand that is enough, it's not enough. There are many more responsibilities.
Thank you very much for
Welcome.
your precious time,
Welcome.
and wishing you all the best for your coming time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Today we have discussed with the Vice Principal of Aishwarya Mr. Premniti Ojha, and I would like to give thanks to Mr. Anil and Ashok for their technical support, and I cannot stand without giving thanks to all the audiences who are watching this video. And I want to take leave from saying one thing: the journey of 1000 miles begins with one step. So don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. See you again.